This is two 18-inch crepe myrtles, cut fairly low. They have a fair amount of roots around these things. So you're going to see, even though they're only 18 inches, that we end up doing something like a 6-foot diameter hole around them. Might even be as much as 8 on the second one, because it had a lot of roots. Crepe myrtles just have a lot of roots. Various trees, silver maples, they've got lots and lots of roots. Magnolias have lots and lots of roots. Pines, they're pretty, few roots on a pine. Of course, it depends on which pine it is. We're cutting about 10 feet away from that fence. Miss Utility didn't show anything in the area, so we were fine there. We've got it at sped up speed. This is about twice speed. So I wish I could cut that quick. Pretty much just cut, move forward, cut, move forward, cut, move forward. It's always easier to start at the edge and move your way through it instead of the top and work your way down. There wasn't any garbage in these trees. I can't tell you how many times we run into stuff, decorative rocks or something. Sometimes even run into a pit where the builder threw in all the extra bricks and rocks and cement and everything they didn't want, and then they covered it up and put fresh dirt over it, and then I don't find it for 30 years until I go to do a stump. A couple of hard spots in this one right there towards the edge. You see where I have to slow down or stop. And it looks like I'm going a real far away on this, but I want to get where the roots are down at least a couple of inches, or so that they're so small they're never an issue again. I can't tell you how many times I've come in behind people and had to redo their work because they just did the very center of the stump, the part that you can see, and they just left all the roots on the outside, and then people are tripping over them and everything else, and you end up having to call somebody like me to go back in and fix it. This is the second stump. It's actually a little larger than the other one. Cut just a little higher, but it's got, there we go, back up to double speed. So it's pretty much a standard crepe myrtle, one of the easier ones to do. As fast as this is, this job actually took about 40 minutes, 30, 40 minutes, including, smoothing it back over and packing it in with a machine. At the end of the video, we're going to tack on a little short that has this process sped up real fast. Probably takes about 30 seconds to go through the whole thing. This is from a handheld camera. The other one will be from a camera that we had on the post on the bench over there. This is tracing out the last bit of the roots. Then I'll come back and I'll go left and right of it because I could feel some heavier roots off to the edges when I was grinding through the main center part. This particular brand of stump grinder is called the Carlton, and one of the nice things about them is they have that cutter head that can reach up to 3 feet, which I hope I don't have to do that much because it makes a pile of mulch. But if I have to, I can, because sometimes trees get blown over and the roots are sticking up in the air, and has to be done. Just going to smooth it over here for a few seconds. Machine weighs about 3,000 pounds, so it actually helps pack it in. This machine's four-wheel drive. I had a two-wheel drive one, but it just didn't quite cut it. Didn't have as much pushing power. If you get on a slope, it was hard to get up and down the slopes, especially if it was even slightly wet. Here's that time lapse. Having a remote control makes all the difference in the world, and sitting down, you actually get a better view of the stump. If it's got a mound around it, it'll just help you see where the flat areas are. Final product.